We are in issue 10 of our Faust series that we're doing for Tim Vigil's Faust. I'm very excited. These later issues I actually have not looked too much into, so this will actually be like an experience that we can have together flipping through this. Great cover, by the way, by Tim Vigil. So much detail. I love his anatomy, of course. I love how there's a twist going on with the rib cage and the pelvis. It's a great drawing. Great painting, too. Great color. Great everything. All right, so let's open it up. And, oh, man. Look at that splash page. Tim Vigil knew. Tim Vigil knew that when you went to go buy this comic, you just wanted to open it up and see this page. And what a great page. Obviously, hyper detailed as usual. No difference than what we normally see. Great anatomy. Just great everything. I love the expression here. It's so nice to just see how much time he spends on this stuff. I mean, the ink work is insane. The line work is insane. Man, I would love to see these originals. I wonder if he still owns these originals. Yeah, look at that. Great anatomy as usual. It would shock me if there wasn't great anatomy. I mean, it's just like it seems like he never takes any shortcuts when it comes to his anatomy and his figure drawing. His perspective, like when he draws buildings and stuff, I think he takes shortcuts. But when it comes to the figure, there is no shortcuts taken whatsoever. Same with his inking and the amount of detail he puts in. I love how he does like interesting pieces like this. Great stuff. That's a great figure drawing there. Just so much going on the page, and I love it. Get some Kirby crackle going on up there. And there's no lack of violence in Faust or sex. I love the paper, by the way, that this is on. They did a really good job with these Rebel prints. Man, just such amazing work. I'm taking this in. I'm trying to drink in as much as I possibly can because I mean I really do have this channel just to kind of look through this stuff and show you guys this stuff, of course. But I'm just kind of looking at it and analyzing things like the collarbone there and the traps coming down there and how the deltoid connects from the middle part of the collarbone. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how he does anatomy, and his anatomy is absolutely perfect. When somebody talks about anatomy, you talk about the insertions and where everything is connected. So when I say like, oh yeah, that's great anatomy, I mean it looks great, but it's also just is everything is connected perfectly. Very interesting choice here. Very cool style there. Looks very like sketchy and thumbnail like. I mean, when you pay $2.25 for a comic, and the amount of detail that you get for $2.35 is insane. What year was this, by the way? 93, it says. Interesting. Man, the amount of detail he's putting on there, just the ink lines. Man, look at that page. That is an insane splash page right there. We'll go through that slowly. Insane. And that's the thing is like the reason why I love Faust so much is you see the amount of growth that he goes through within the issues. Each issue, it's just he just gets so much better. He just goes from here up. It just gets so much better as an artist. And I feel like, see, when I draw, I try to do things over and over and over again so that I get better at them. You know, like obviously when I do a finished piece, I take a lot of time, but when I'm not doing finished pieces, I'm just sort of drawing rather quickly. The amount of time that he puts in this is. I'd be afraid to put this much time into something because I feel like I'd be wasting my time and not improving, but you can see over 11 or 10 issues, he improves tremendously. I love how he has the woman with the larger nipples, I guess. I love how those candles even look like dicks. I like the his use of tones, of screen tone. A lot of grays. You know, you see white, but it's, you know, there's definitely feels like there's more grays and blacks than there are white, which is nice. Look at that drawing. It's a great drawing. I do sometimes feel like some of his noses are flat, but they still look cool. That's a great page there. Great panel, I mean. I even like the detail on the elevator. Just like little things like that, those lines. Because you'll read a lot of independent comics and they won't add things like that. They won't add elements like that, but there's not anything that he skimps on. He took this very, very seriously. Man, look at that 2-page spread there. If this came out in 93, this is the day of Image, you know, where it was all about the drawing more so than the storytelling, by the way. Love that figure drawing there. The movement of that body as it's just lifted in the air, getting turned on its side. And seems like he's gotten better at drawing cars, huh? Than the previous issues we looked at. I wonder if they thought about the paper when they were printing this, like how the inks would look on the paper. It's great paper. I usually don't like paper like this, but it actually works very well for this story. Even like the details on the back muscles and the back anatomy. And then here's our final page. And man, oh man, look at that panel there. Look at that panel there. Man, look at that anatomy. The forms of those biceps locking in. And then you see those forearm muscles. Man, what a cool, just amazing drawing. I love the way he draws the abdomen. That's a very, like, that feels like a very Bern Hogarth rib cage. Man, that is great stuff. And it continues to be great as we go through Faust. This was issue 10. And, yeah, just as great as the previous issues. And I'm guaranteeing it gets much, much better.